Dear friends, I'm very happy to have the opportunity and the possibility to share with you some ideas on the future of the European single market. I was asked by the European Council and the European Commission during the Spanish presidency of the European Council to write a report on the future of the single market. And I presented this report after 9 months of traveling around Europe, visiting the 27 countries, visiting more than 60 European cities. So 60 cities means not only the European capitals and not only the national capitals, but also cities like Sevilla and cities like the most important universities, the most important places where the academic reflection is going, and places like big entrepreneurial activities are based in, and many others everywhere in Europe, from Lapland to Greece to Malta to the Mediterranean. I was very happy because of this journey. This journey gave me the opportunity to understand better which are today the difficulties of the single market and which are the potential solutions. I presented this report last April, and the European Council asked me to continue this tour d'Europe, presenting the report, the ideas of the report, and to discuss with the European institutions on how, and the stakeholders, on how to implement some of these ideas. This is why I'm so happy to address this distinguished audience and to give you some ideas on the core of the report. The most important part of the report is linked to the fact that the European single market was created in the 80s, but when it was created, the leaders decided to leave aside three main subjects, most important subjects for competitiveness, like integration of financial markets, like telecom, like energy, and of course I add 3 plus 1. I add the plus 1, that is defense. Why defense plus 1? Because defense has a sort of constitutional coverage in terms of national dimension. The other 3 are for the European Constitution, for the European treaties, as considered as single market. But the decisions of member states at that time left the member states and the national dimension leading on these 3. This is not by chance that today on financial markets, on energy, on telecom, the national authorities are leading, and the different companies are dealing with national authorities, and this fragmentation is part of the lack of competitiveness. The reason of this fragmentation was the fact that the national dimension was considered enough to be competitive in a world that in the 80s was, I would say, smaller than today's world. It was a world without China and India. The world of today is a much bigger world where the national dimension, even if at Spanish level, at French level, at Italian or German level, is not enough. This is why this fragmentation on the 3 subjects that I mentioned before is making happy the US industrial system, Wall Street, the Chinese, the Indians, the BRICS, because this fragmentation is giving them a lot of opportunities. There are many examples. In the report, I present some of these examples. But the key point is that if we want to be competitive, we need to integrate on these 3. And first of all, we need to integrate the financial markets. If we are not able to integrate the financial markets, it will be impossible to use, I would say, private investments to lead the most important mission for the European Union today, that is how to finance the transition, the green, digital, and just transition. It is a very demanding choice that we decided to have in the last years. And this choice, the rules are there, Now the most important part is how to make these missions, these rules, these deadlines reality. And today we know very well that it's very complicated because the real economy, the social dimension, the life of normal people is in big potential troubles with some of these decisions. Farmers, householders, workers in the automotive industry. I want to quote just three of the most important categories of people that will be, I would say, affected by the decisions that we took on the transition. I want to be very clear. I think the transition is the right choice, but I think that we have to finance the transition and we have to accompany economically, politically, and socially the transition. Otherwise, the cost of the transitions will be unbearable. And this is why the report I propose is the report based on this big new challenge. The name I use is Savings and Investments Union. Instead of the old Capital Markets Union, the idea is to bridge savings and investments for the transition, giving the possibility to have the transition financed both with private investments and public investments. It is a complicated issue, but it is the only way to find an agreement among the 27, because in the northern countries they are against a new European debt or new European fiscal capacity as we had in Next Generation EU. In the southern countries like Italy, Spain, France, we agree with the fact that a new Next Generation EU can work. So my key point is that this proposal can help, and the other flagships of my report are the idea of a fifth freedom. Until now, we had the single market of the four freedoms: goods, services, capitals, and persons, but it is very much 20th century economy based. In reality, we need to invest on innovation, knowledge, the fifth freedom. It is part of my report. And the other key issue and the other flagship is this idea that I know in Spain can find some interest of the 28th virtual state. That is the idea to create a sort of 28th virtual state with its own corporate law, sort of European Delaware, but virtual, with the idea to unify in optional way corporate laws to help companies to work in a unified and simplified system without cancelling the national corporate laws, because it is impossible, but giving companies an option, a sort of passepartout, giving a company, a small company, an investor from abroad, a big company, the possibility to work in a unified, a simplified system without bureaucracy, in a very simple way. These are some of the ideas. I stop here because I think that we will have other opportunities. I will become, in the next weeks, more, I would say, Spain-based, because I will move to Madrid, Instituto de Empresa University, so I will have a lot of opportunities to exchange with a Spanish distinguished audience like you. But the report is, in my view, a set of solutions, very pragmatic solutions. If you give a look to what I said, in reality I didn't say anything ideological. It is not a set of ideological solutions. It is a set of pragmatic solutions, because today we need pragmatism and we need solutions to relaunch the European Union. I wanted to write a report with a red alarm. The European Union, in economic terms, is lagging behind, is losing ground in relationship with the US. We have to reset and to restart using the golden gem we have, the hidden gem we have, that is the single market. I am sure that we will have other opportunities to discuss, but for the moment I thank you very much for your attention.